I'm Chris Parrish. I've been in the outdoor industry for about 22 years. I own and operate a manufacturing facility that manufactures game calls for most of the industry, mainly night and hail game calls.
I met Chris about 20 years ago when I was competing in turkey calling contests in college and right out of college. And at that point in time, Chris was at the pinnacle of his career. I mean, he was a machine. He didn't make a mistake. All the sounds were perfect, and he was winning contests right and left.
I hear guys say, man, I want you to build me one just like the one you're running. Well, you know,
right.
The thing is you can do that. That's fine. Same tensions, everything. The biggest issue with all that is, you know, not everybody runs a call the same way. Their mouth is not made the same. Their voice is not the same because you put some vocals into it. Nothing about everyone is the same. So when you put that all together, you can sit here and build the same call for 15 people, and all 15 of them are going to run that call totally different. No two of them will have the same sound, which really is kind of unique. That's the way turkeys are. So.
Yep.
Been fortunate enough to win 11 Grand National titles and 8 World titles, 4 Mid-America Open titles, 3 U.S. Open titles. That's where I got my start, was blowing a mouth call and winning turkey calling contests, although I'd rather hunt whitetail deer and bull elk than anything.
Now, how Chris fits into the management advantages scheme is he is on the ground, been doing it for 30-something years, and Chris is a call expert, whether it be turkeys, deer, elk. That's his thing. He knows how to call animals.
Talking about when to utilize calling, when to utilize a decoy, how to read body language of a deer, I can tell you that during the rut, you see an active 3.5, 4.5-year-old deer, 99% of the time when you grunt to him or you snort wheeze to him, especially if he has no doe with him or he's not presently on a doe, he is going to react to that call most of the time positively.
We got out of the truck. We got the decoy all ready last night. Everything was perfect. Yours truly forgot to unplug the camera from the charger, so we had to drive all the way back. We got it here right at first light. We got everything set up, got in a tree. Good news is we didn't spook anything, so hopefully we've got everything right. It's a beautiful morning. It's the first morning. The wind hadn't been blowing about 25 miles an hour, so we'll sit in here till about 11 o'clock, do a little rattling and grunting and see what happens. It's the right time of year. It's the perfect morning. Hopefully the perfect deer comes by.
About 8:30, I looked in a bottom, probably 300 yards away, and I grunted to him, and he immediately about faced and started coming. And another thing is calling to an animal, oftentimes when they get in a position where they can't see where the call comes from, it keeps them coming in that direction to see if they can see that animal. He had to go underneath a lip of a hill, and I grunted again, and when he popped up over the lip, my decoy was about 90 yards from him. And I'm not sure how many people have watched a bull moose and how they kind of lumber and shake their head back and forth, but when this deer comes into the field, he starts that waddle toward that decoy, aggravated, hair all puffed up, which made him look like he weighed about 730 pounds coming up through there. And I was not going to let him get completely to the decoy because, one, I wanted to shoot this deer, and secondly, I was afraid that if I let him hit the decoy, that he may not stop running once he figured out he just ran into a piece of plastic.
Look at that blood pouring out of him.
Not really sure about the hit. It felt perfect. It looked good. I think the deer was actually just a fuzz quarter to me, and I hit him about 3 inches behind the shoulder, and it exited out a little bit. It exited out low, but a little bit back. And if I had to guess, what I think I've got is kind of the back part of one lung and liver, or maybe a little bit of the back of both lungs. I'm not sure. But he was bleeding really good when he was going away. And we heard him hit the ground when he went over in that ditch. What our plan is we're gonna climb out of here real quietly and carefully. We're gonna leave everything here except for my bow. And we're gonna get out of here and go to the truck. And we're gonna give him a couple of hours and make sure he's down, and then come back in here and recover him. So
those things are what make hunting exciting. And I think if you're in a situation where you're hunting an area that has a decent number of mature deer, and you have some open country that obviously these deer can miss you in and be just out of range, that's a great time to utilize a decoy.
The size of his neck, just a tremendous deer. Well, I appreciate you letting us come out here and hunt, buddy. I really do, more than you know.
You bet, anytime.
I come from far more the hunting background than I do the management background, simply because I'm learning about that. And so with my hunting background and 32 years of experience in hunting whitetail deer and turkey and big game across North America, I know what needs to be done, but I don't have all the answers. You know, talking with Casey and Chuck, I can actually go, hey, I think we fit pretty good together and we can play a good role.
There's a place I go, tucked back in the pines, where a green field grows, my own little paradise. I'm thankful for this land and the life that it provides. See, the measure of a man is what he leaves behind. Oh, oh, take what you need and pass it on down.
Sometimes you just got to get on old Chucky. Let him loosen up a little bit.
I am what I am. If you sit me down, I'm gonna talk like this. In trails, in pine plantations, nothing can be better.
That'd have been good if he hadn't have just bulldozed the camera.